This is the second in my video series on intrusive thoughts. You can watch it as a standalone video, but you may understand it better if you watch the first video beforehand. There is a link in the top right corner of the screen if you want to watch that video first. In the first video, we learned how changing your behaviour to try and neutralise the anxiety an intrusive thought brings actually makes it worse. Any action just gives the thought credibility, so the brain sends it more often. However, the urge to act can be very strong. So in this video, we will look at a tool called cognitive restructuring that helps to counter these intrusive thoughts and resist the neutralizing behaviors. Let's look at an example. After reading about a bacteria called Salmonella, Maggie gets the thought that she might eat something containing Salmonella and die. So Maggie stops eating eggs as she has read that they can contain Salmonella. But the thought that she may die from Salmonella comes more and more often, so she starts washing her hands twice before she eats. But the thought continues to get stronger and stronger, until she is washing her hands so much that the skin gets cracked and sore. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches you to challenge negative thoughts. To do this, imagine your intrusive thought is being tried in a court of law. What would the prosecution lawyer say to try to prove that Maggie is going to get Salmonella and die? She may say that some people have indeed contracted Salmonella and died. But then think about what the defense lawyer might say. She might say, Maggie has eaten eggs many times before and not been ill. She used to wash her hands just once before eating and never got any serious illness. She might also say that Salmonella is very rare, and healthy people usually recover completely from a Salmonella infection. Since Maggie is not elderly and has no underlying health conditions, the risk for her is very low. This is all information you can easily find on Google, by the way. Now try to imagine how a judge would sum up the evidence. His summary would include both evidence for and evidence against. He may say, even though there have been some deaths of vulnerable people from Salmonella, in reality these are very rare, and since Maggie is healthy, her risk is low. The judge will also point out that Maggie has safely eaten eggs in the past, and minimal hand washing has always protected her. The judge would conclude that Maggie does not need to wash her hands more than once at mealtimes, and does not need to avoid eggs. There are various CBT forms available on the internet that can help you put your intrusive thoughts on trial, or you can easily make your own like this. The form should contain intrusive thought, evidence for, evidence against, then a summary including the words even though, which is used in the summary to acknowledge the evidence for the intrusive thought, and the words in reality, which is used in the summary to acknowledge the evidence against the intrusive thought actually reflecting reality. Finally, unnecessary behaviours, which is used to show what behaviours the intrusive thoughts have been causing you to do, which is really unnecessary. Now let's fill in this form using Amanda's intrusive thoughts from the first video. Amanda's intrusive thought was that she may deliberately crash her car. For the evidence for, she would write, I keep getting thoughts or images of me driving my car off the road. But in the evidence against, she would write, I have never driven my car off the road, I am not depressed or suicidal, and I would never want to risk hurting anyone. So her summary would be, even though I get thoughts about driving my car off the road, in reality, I have never done it and would never do it. These are just thoughts. Amanda would identify her unnecessary behaviours as the repeating of the mantra, I will not drive my car off the road, and also avoiding driving. This tool is a useful tool for combating intrusive thoughts, but in addition to dealing with the thought, it is necessary to address the behaviours and underlying beliefs that drive them. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to do this with another CBT tool known as behavioural experiments. So make sure you subscribe, and please also like and share my video so that others struggling with intrusive thoughts can benefit. The key to beating anxiety disorders is knowledge. Let's share that knowledge.